Hey guys, welcome to Wait a Minute, my videos, my thoughts, and I'm sharing them with you. I actually made a video earlier today, and I don't know when that's going to get posted. This might get posted before that, I don't know. But earlier I was in clean, fresh clothes. Now I've walked the whole, 9,000 steps or something. I don't remember what Michael said. But anyway, hot and sweaty and everything else. But hey, you get me anyway. But I just have to make this video right now because what happened was we're walking and we're having a good time, and it was a really cool walk, and we're talking, but if you know me, you know it's highly unusual if I stop talking. But every once in a while, and Michael usually is the one who brings it on because he's just cool like that, but I just stopped talking and we're walking in the woods, and the whole time we're talking, and he's talking too. I just talk more than he does. But the whole time we're doing it, it's like, we're talking, we're enjoying the beauty, and we're saying how beautiful it is and things like that, but we're not really noticing everything, and because there's people going by, and there's different things, and when we were down by the lake, we could hear the boats and the different things, and there's this cool, those parachute plane things, I don't know what they're called, paraplane, I don't know. Anyway, they were flying over really low, and they were making a lot of noise and stuff. And so when we started walking through the woods to get back to our car, it's kind of a long walk, and I'm old, I'm tired, and so I'm walking kind of slow, and it's taking us longer, but I'm talking, and then Michael just gets quiet and he's listening, and I know he's listening, so I get quiet too, and something really amazing happened. Except, it wasn't just, once we went, I could hear flip-flops and asthma. I could hear flip-flops and asthma, because Michael was wearing flip-flops, and I was wheezing just a little bit. And but it made me think, how come we don't learn to more often listen so that we can hear flip-flops and asthma? When was the last time you slowed down enough and got quiet enough that you could hear flip-flops and asthma? I mean, truthfully, when was the last time? I think the last time I slowed down enough to listen to flip-flops and asthma was with Michael. Michael's all kinds of good for me in a lot of ways. Sometimes he makes me mad because he wants more than what I want to give in certain situations, but he's good for me. And one of the things he's good for is that he helps me to listen sometimes. And you hear a lot of things when you listen that you don't otherwise notice, We've been walking for I don't know how far, and he was wearing flip-flops the whole time. They were making the noise the whole time. And, after walking 10 feet or so, I was probably sounding like I have asthma, because I do. But I was doing just fine, by the way. It wasn't debilitating. But it was a situation where as soon as I got quiet to join Michael in his quiet, we could hear things. There's a woodpecker over there. He's doing his little thing, and we looked over at him, and he wasn't scared of us. He kept doing his little thing, and that was cool. And I love that sound of when a woodpecker makes it and it starts echoing through the woods, and the trees there are real tall and just echoing through the woods. It's really cool. And so it was, to me, a really eye-opening experience, because that was the first thing I thought was to do this video. But the problem is I wanted to tell Michael that I was going to, that's awesome, I'm going to make a video about flip-flops and asthma. But I couldn't tell him because we were being quiet. So it's like, am I going to remember this? Because I can't write it down. I can't put it in my phone. My phone's in the car. I really want to say this is awesome thought and everything, but I don't want to break the silence to say it. So it was like, no, Wade, you just sit there and you listen. You listen. If it's meant to be, you'll remember. And so I listened. And I got to the car, and it wasn't even the first thing I told him. But, somewhere after getting back to the car or whatever, I said, yeah, you know what? This happened. And I really think that was God speaking in the still, like the Bible talks about, is God's voice in the hurricane and the terror, this is a paraphrase. Is it in the hurricane? Is it in the avalanche? Is it in the big storms and all these other noises of whatever? But no, in that passage of scripture, it says no, he was a still small voice. And all of that stuff, it wasn't the wind, it wasn't the storm, it wasn't all these things, it was a still small voice. And I think a lot of times we forget that it's not flip-flops and asthma. It's a still small voice that we need to learn to listen to. And if maybe we have already, maybe we have before, and we're some of our biggest life-changing moments have been because we listen to the still small voice, and we're good at listening for God. But somehow we got too busy, and there's too many things going on in our lives, and it's just crazy. Life is just crazy, and we don't know how to slow down. Or I would suggest to you that we don't even have to necessarily slow down as much as we have to prioritize. And if you don't have time to take 20 minutes for a still small voice, make time. You are too busy if you don't have 20 minutes. You are too busy. I would submit to you that I could get the 20 minutes in the bathroom, for crying out loud. God doesn't know you're sitting on the toilet. I'm just saying. He knows, but he doesn't care. Are you in the shower? What are you going to do in the shower? You're washing and stuff, you're doing your thing, but it's that nice sound of the water flowing and everything. It's a really good time to listen for a still small voice. It's a very good time. When you're driving down the road, you know what? Turn off the radio long enough. Turn off your whatever music you listen to, or whatever podcast or whatever you're listening to. Give time for a still small voice. Find 20 minutes a day, and it'll change your life. If nothing else, it'll make you want more than 20 minutes a day to listen. I'm not going to say that I have it down like to a science, or that I want to just always do it at a certain time or whatever, like I have a plan, it's scheduled or whatever. I don't want to schedule it, because if I schedule it, I'll lose the spontaneity of the moment where I can just know that I want to be with God for a little while. I want to take some time, I want to hide out in my room and just have some time. So I don't plan a certain time. But sometimes it's the last thing before I go to bed, sometimes it's the first thing in the morning, sometimes it's not until I get in the shower, or in the car. I know most of you think that the only thing I ever do in the car is make videos, but that's not true. I'm in the car a lot, and the videos are only 10 minutes long, so I can make a month's worth of videos in a day of driving with Wade. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think that we need to learn to listen. There's a lot of things in our life that's just so crazy and out of hand, out of control, that just if every one of us, just the ones that are listening right now, just all of us together took time to do that, to listen for the still small voice. If we just all did that right now, started right now, I think just the world around us would start changing just because we took time, just to have that. It's nice. I love you guys. Have a great night, day, whatever time it is when you watch this. God bless. Love you.